Good evening is the frequency in use. I was sure it wasn't. Been sitting here eating dinner and minding my own business, and I even forgot about the digital net again. This goes on at 7:30. I was busy eating dinner and stuff in my face. My name is Paul. Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey Net Control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Too late. There can't be an emergency if you don't answer quickly. There usually isn't, and hasn't been. I've never heard any. Hope there never will be. If there is, call 911. Then you can talk to us. If you can't get 911, we'll be happy to help. And that may be broken any time for that kind of stuff. Where was I? Oh, yes. For information on this net, you can see us here. See me. See my radio here on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, look in the search block, and put in K4PEW. Should bring it right up, or at least it indicate where we are. It's K4PEW in the search block. You can also go to our 146.415 website, 146.415.net. Sometimes you can even put in Simplex Radio Net or Simplexton, and you bring it right up on that website. Will come right up on Google or Bing or whatever. Lots of information on Simplex there. Also, you can join us in the email list, or just go look at our schedule for nets on groups.io, groups. India Oscar. Do a search for MJSS for Mount Juliet Simplex Society, and you'll get us. Or you can send me an email, and I'll ignore it at k4pew@arrl.net. I won't ignore it. I just won't answer. The net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. We've been doing that for, what is our 8th year? It's net number 732. We're starting tonight from the West. What else did I have to say about that? Nothing. The purpose of net is to have fun. Oh, we have the net, as you can tell, on 146.415 FM simply. Purpose of net is to have fun, figure out who you can hear, who you can't hear. Tonight, we're going to go with the 5-watt net, which is, if I can't hear you on 5 watts, just bump up your power. Don't worry about who can hear you, who can't. If I can hear you, it's a good test of other people's systems if they can't hear you or they can hear you. And I can hear most people on 5 watts. Not always. So if for some reason I can't hear you on 5 watts, just bump it up to 7. No, bump it up to whatever, 10 or 20, and we'll talk. But no big deal. We're just trying to. It's a good way for everybody to get a figure on how well their antenna is performing, and etc. Remember, 5 watts, and then we do the 28.415 net following the 2 meter net, and that's on 28.415 upper side beam. Let's see, where was I there? Oh yes, announcements. We have 2 big announcements. Number 1 is we have our Simplex breakfast this weekend at Courtney's Restaurant on North Mount Juliet Road. It's on the west side, almost when you get to Lebanon Road. It's easy to find, easy to look up. Courtney's, Courtneys. Courtney's Beaten 3 Greasy Spoon Restaurant. That's not really. It is. And also they got the M Tiers as a big event this Saturday in McMinnville. If you want to get all the way down to McMinnville, it's like the other side of the earth. It starts at 8 o'clock. It's in McMinnville. Look it up under the M Tiers. There's also a notice that went out again today that one of the Simplextons put up there, a reminder about the event on Saturday. It's a big. I don't know how big the Hamfest is going to be. It's really a junk in the trunk. They're calling it, so I guess it's a tailgate, and they do have a food truck showing up, and I don't know what all else. Junk in the trunk. Does anybody have any other information on that event or any other event I've not announced tonight? Alrighty. Again, 5 watts, 5 watts. Let me turn my power down now so I get it out of the way. One time I forgot. Need to put a motor on that dial. I was trying to turn it, and we didn't want to stay turned. Anyway, I'm on for watch. You probably saw me doing that. So we're starting from the west. We're looking for first time. Well, the people short on time first. If people short on time, please come now from anywhere.
KM4 WY4G, Mount Juliet.
All right, hold on. I got WY4G and Jeff, and I also got Michael. Michael, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Paul. I'm in Mount Juliet with Emily tonight, trying to have some family time, so I'm going to be a short timer. Rick will not be able to check in because of the power issue in Ashland City because of the storm.
Well, I hope that works out well. It's a muggy night not to have air conditioning. Well, very good, Michael. Good to have you in there, and I hope Emily continues to improve. Keep us posted. That was Michael. He is here in Mount Juliet. You're on your mobile tonight?
I'm on the HT.
Oh, on the HT, so nobody can hear you. Well, most people can. All right, great. But your antenna over at the house can hear you. That's good. All right, that was Michael. He's here on an HT here in Mount Juliet. Jeff, I hear you in there. Whiskey Yankee for golf. How you doing?
Okay, WY4G, gonna be following that. I'm gonna get out of here southern area, so I don't take any chances. So I'm hit by lightning once. I don't take any more chances. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug.
Oh, I hear you. Well, very good. I hope your health continues to improve. And tell me it is.
Oh yeah, it's slowly but surely. I'm still feel a little unbalanced, but kind of wavy, I guess. But other than that, I'm doing all right. WY4G 73.
Yep, I've known a couple of people who have had that a similar affliction with balance, and they tell me it's not fun whatsoever because you get dizzy easily and it's nauseating. Anyway, that was Jeff. He's in Madison and he's got some lightning issues. Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, so he's shutting down. Anybody else short on time? All righty. Any first time check-ins? All righty. Probably they can't hear me if they're first time check-ins. Hey, by the way, we're up to another simple announcement. We're up to 176 people on our mailing list for the Simplexton group. And quite honestly, it's shocking, really, because most and we're a club, but we're a non-club club. Maybe that's the attraction, no dues. Maybe that's why people like it. Maybe it's because we send out a lot of nice notices about other events and keep people up to date on nets and stuff, and also technical information. I don't know what the ultimate reason is, but I've never seen I've only seen huge clubs, old world clubs in this country have more than 100 or 150 members on the mailing list. Because here we've made something arbitrary. If you're on the mailing list, you're in the club, whether you like it or not. To get off the club, you got to take yourself off the club. We can't kick you out even. Anyway, anybody else? We'll start taking check-ins from the west. Please come on. West check-ins, please come now.
KG Kilo Oscar Ford Delta Foxtrot Alpha, John in Hermitage.
Hold on, John. I got you in there. I also heard Kilo go for India Lima Victor, I think. Wasn't that you, Jack?
Yeah, that was me.
You doing the 5-watt thing?
I sure am.
Yeah, you're doing almost S5 here, so you're doing real well.
Yeah, you're almost in the red.
Well, it's again, once I get the ski lift operating, it'll be even better.
Okay, well, thanks for doing the net, Paul.
All right, very good. That was Jack and Donaldson. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. I heard John over there in where we are. You're in no, not Donaldson. Old Hickory. I'll think of it in a second. You're in Hermitage. That's where you are.
You are correct, sir. Hermitage, the land of I don't know what.
The land of the Hermitage. That's what's over there. Anyway, no, Hermitage. My wife tells me she's been here for 20-something years. I haven't been here that long. She said Hermitage has been, completely enveloped by Nashville.
Yeah, we got everything. We got the nice part of Hermitage and then just the ugly part.
Oh, everybody's got that. If you're in Davidson County, you got the whole schmear from great to not so great. Hit me. I wrote your call down wrong. It's Kilo Oscar 4. Is it Delta Foxtrot Alpha?
Correct. KO4 EFA.
Oh, yeah, just want to make sure. I didn't want to cheat and make one up, and my memory said it was Delta. Anyway, everything going well for you?
Yeah, miles, and so found out she drinks like a sailor, and it's not a shocker. But great truck, and looking forward to towing a trailer with it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's nice. Actually, it's kind of nice to buy. I've found over my lifetime to get used vehicles that are in reasonably good shape and reasonable mileage, because you seem to get more for your money that way.
Yeah, these trucks are supposed to go 400,000 miles if you take good care of them, and this has got 36,000, so it's not even broken in yet.
Oh, is it diesel or gas?
It's a diesel.
Oh, you might get a $500,000 out of it.
Yeah, I've heard it's possible. It's just a way more solid engine, better construction, expensive as all get up, but whatever. You get what you pay for, and it's probably my last truck.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hate when people say that. I think it was George Carlin who said he just went out and bought like 20 pairs of sneakers. Now he's done. He doesn't have to buy anymore ever.
I agree, but it's true. But this is also how I, justify spending that kind of money. See, I figured, it's not that much if you amortize it over 30 years.
Well, again, it's not such a bad thing to say that what you purchased is going to last the rest, for whatever your lifetime might be. It could be 30 years. It could be 40 years. You don't really know. I mean, I had my first wife's dad. He had a car. He had a station wagon he bought in 1970. It's a Chrysler wagon. He kept it until he couldn't drive anymore in 2005, and it looked just as good as the day he took it off the showroom because he babied it like a baby.
Yeah, you gotta love that. It's I plan on taking real good care of this thing and giving it whatever it needs and driving like an old man with it. Basically, I figure it'll last forever.
Yeah, I imagine it will, John. All right, let me move on. You are in 5 watts, I take it.
Correct. Yeah, I haven't run 5 watts with you except for my HT.
Yeah, no, you're doing 50 over here to me, so obviously 5 watts works good from Hermitage. That was Kilo, Oscar, Ford, Delta, Foxtrot, Alpha, John, and Hermitage. Who else is West?
KM4 VV8.
Hey, man, I thought you disappeared. I thought you took a long vacation.
I am disappeared and just trying to stay alive. Before I
Hey, hold on, Charles. All right, Dan, you doing okay?
Oh yeah, today I went to the doctor yesterday, the dentist the day before, and went and got a COVID shot and a flu shot today. So I guess that's going to keep me alive for a while.
Wow, that's a lot of activity. Yeah, it's funny that, and I've experienced it too. That the older I get, the more I see medical professionals.
Yeah, that's true. I was getting a kick out of buying the last thing for your life. You're talking about 30 years. I don't think I have 30 left.
I know I don't have. If I have 30 left, I'm going to be the most shocked person at being 72 because I don't think I'm going to live to be 102.
Yeah, you and me both.
Well, very good, Dan. I hope you're feeling better, and I hope everything's well with all those shots. Because I don't know, both me and my wife had a reaction from one of those shots, and the reaction wasn't any fun.
Well, I haven't had anything yet. Slight headache, but that might have been the bourbon talking.
Very good. Well, it's good to hear from you, Dan. Everything good with your son?
Yeah, he's doing okay. Doing fine.
All right, just want to make sure. Well, very good, Dan. It's good to hear from you. And you're not in the apartments anymore. You're over living with him?
Yes, I am, and he's about 15 feet away from me right now.
Ah, very good. We'll tell him hello. We'll check him in. And you're in Mount Juliet, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Ah, very good. That's Dan in Mount Juliet. Good. Sounds good. It's good to hear from you, Dan. It really is. Hope you can make it to the breakfast on Saturday if you're able. Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha. Who else is West?
KG46.
There's a little bit of a double in there, but I heard Chris in there loud and clear. How you doing, Chris?
Good. How are you? I noticed we were on 5 watts when your signal was a little lower, so I'm glad I caught onto that. How are you doing?
Ah, very good. Yeah, when people have trouble hearing me, they start checking their radio usually.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I checked out that video, and that guy he's interesting, but some of the stuff he does say it's got some sarcasm to it. I don't know if you realize it, but it was funny.
Oh yeah, no, that tech guy was. I don't know. I get nervous when somebody says Yeah, I make $600,000 a year when I work for the other company. I'm like, why don't you show me your pay stubs, man? Because it just sounds like nonsense when you say that.
Well, the cost of living out in California, that it's ridiculous. My buddy was saying that him and his wife made like 200,000 a piece, and they were barely affording a place in LA, which just seems absurd. But I don't know. That's why they're all coming here. KG4SF.
Hold on, Charles. I'll pick you up next. Yeah, no, what I'm saying, Chris, is that regardless of who tells me, it doesn't really matter whether the guy's making $100 million a year or 50,000 or 10,000 a year. It always smacks of, I don't know what it smacks of, but it doesn't make any sense to tell me how much you make because it doesn't matter how much you make to me.
Yeah, I think it just goes along with that. That's what people go into that line of work for and try to go to those companies, kind of the top end, if you will, of that type of line of work. But he even goes on to say in another video that it destroyed his marriage. So, I mean, there's some sacrifices, obviously.
Well, a lot of jobs going to destroy marriage. Well, let me move on, Chris. Good to hear from you. That's Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Yeah, Charles, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but barely. Got thunder and lightning up here. My antenna must have fell over more.
Man, you got to stop putting up falling antennas. No, I'm doing 5 watts tonight. How much power are you running up there?
25.
Try to get me with 5. Can you turn it down real quick? Feel like we need that music from Jeopardy.
Here's low.
All right, no, you're in there good, Charles. I can still hear you.
You're a little noisy to me. I can still tell what you're saying, but yeah, we got thunder and lightning over here. KG4SF.
Very good, Charles. I'm glad you jumped into the net. You were S3 here, which is darn good for 5 watts, or low, whatever the low is, either 10 or 5. I don't know which radio you have there, but good to hear from you. That was Charles in Joelton on 5 watts. I think it's 5 watts anyway. That's Kilo Golf 4 Sierra Foxtrot Foxtrot. Who else is west?
Kilo got the pork.
I think I heard it. Hold on one second. I heard somebody else in there, but I did hear Greg in there. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Very good. Yeah, sorry I missed Saturday. I had a brief hospitalization.
It was brief. I guess it wasn't too serious.
And not too bad. They just cut my toe off.
Okay, hold on TIV, I think it is. Cut off your toe. Man, that's awful.
Yeah, I had an infection that had gotten into the bone. I had this, if you're familiar with a hammer toe, I had a bad hammer toe that's always given me troubles, but it had got infected, and I got in to check it out, and they had admitted me and whatnot. And along the way, found out I had diabetes. I'm missing a big chunk of the toe now, but I'm actually doing really good.
Oh, wow. It's a heck of a way to find out you got diabetes.
Yeah, it is.
Well, at least that's usually manageable.
Yeah, particularly since I really wasn't having any symptoms to speak of. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but yeah, we're on the program to manage it.
Yeah, and from everything I've read, and I've never had diabetes, but from everybody I've ever known who's had diabetes, those that do best follow the rules very precisely.
Yeah, it's clear.
No, I encourage you because I've seen people who don't obey the rules. It's like, why do you try to commit suicide?
Yeah, I live with one of those.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so you're already familiar with the story. All right, very good, Greg. I'm glad you're better. I'm sorry you had to lose a digit on that, but that's all right. Very good. That's Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, and where the heck are you? Down there in Antioch. That's where Greg is. I heard is that TI Tango India Victor. Is that who that is? The Tango India Victor station or Tango India Golf? Which one is it? Now I got nobody. Well,
how about KO4 TI?
Oh, it's Tango India Zulu. Yeah, I wasn't copying. I'm sorry about that. You on 5 watts tonight, are you?
I'm on HD. I think high on this is 4, so I think I'm in the ballpark.
Oh yeah, you might not even have four. It was like that friend of mine who, when he was talking about the new Bowfangs that were 8 watts, and he says, yeah, 8 watts, 4 watts on 2 meters and 4 watts on UHF.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
No, how you doing? You all right? I mean, you sound good. Where are you located? I don't remember.
This is Donnie. I'm on top of a rail car in downtown Nashville, about a mile from Broadway. K5HT.
All right, hold on. K5HT. Hold on one second. Um, yeah, Donnie. No, that's good. You're back on top of that rail car. Is that legal?
I don't know. This lightning, I probably need to put the juggy down and get off. And I'd be the guy that survives the corona and gets killed on top of a rail car holding a homemade juggy, you know.
Make for a good story in the newspaper, though.
Yes, sir. Ham radio's alive and well, or it used to be, until the poor idiot got killed standing on top of a rail car.
Yeah, and rail cars are well grounded to the track.
Yep.
Well, very good, Donnie. I'm glad you could check in. Hey, here's Don. There's a real trooper. He's on the top of a rail car again on his HT with a small Yagi in Nashville. It's Kilo Oscar 4 Tango India Zulu, and that's Donnie in Nashville on a rail car. Which part of the rail are you over? Which rail lines are you on?
You know, I can tell you that, but that's classified, and you know how them classified deals end up.
Well, you'd have to tell me offline then, because I know where the main rail yard is. I just don't know where you are. So I'm not going to ask anymore. Anyway, that's Donnie, Kilo Oscar 4 Tango India Zulu on a rail car in an undisclosed location somewhere in Davidson County. And let's see. Okay, is it Kilo 5 Hotel Tango? Did I hear Kilo 5 Hotel Tango? Who was the last station who checked in? I'm not hearing anything. Anybody west, please come down. All right, moving to the south then.
W04Y.
Whiskey Oscar 4 Yankee. How are you this evening?
Hey, Mike and Laverne. I've got the antenna sort of southwest or southeast, and a lot of rain interference.
Oh, I'm sure. You're talking. Which antenna are you talking about now? Or which one are you using?
Yeah, I'm on the beam listening to the southeast. I was hoping to hear maybe Rockville or McMinnville or Woodbury.
With your antenna pointed southeast, you're still doing S8 to me.
Yeah, crazy loads off this thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is, and it's you could probably let's see, you're in it's Laverne, right?
Yeah, but it beats the ground plane. The ground plane is just really good for very local.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. No, but a beam is great, except you're not going to hear weak stations that are directly opposite to where you're pointing. You know, it's just you're going to do okay, but I mean I'm a fairly powerful station, so it's easy to hear me. But it's easy to block out people on your backside.
Yeah, it's hard to decide on that because I have heard some pretty good signals off the back of this beam. So I don't know. Anyway, checking in with you. Going to check out W04Y, Mike Laverne. Thank you.
Yeah, very good, Mike. I'm glad to have you in there. That's Whiskey Oscar 4 Yankee. He's actually coming off. He's pointing his trying to get to Rockville if somebody checks in that direction where he is in Laverne, and so his beam isn't even pointed in my direction. Mike, how many elements on that beam?
It's two 10-element phase beams.
Oh yeah, the phased. Yeah, you can hear a lot when there's 20 elements in the air.
Yeah, I've got great receive, and I think it makes my 5 watts about 50 watts out probably.
Might even be more. I'm guessing you get somewhere between 12 and 15 dBi gain, and that would technically, at least from a theoretical standpoint, give you 5 watts times that 12 or 15, which is, let's just say it's 12. That's still it's like a 60-watt signal.
Yeah, I'm gonna let
Oh no, it's having that kind of an antenna array is awesome. It's even well, most people, well, they obviously they're interested in obviously listening as well as they can. But people who really benefit from that are people who live on the fringes, like people who are in, well, not even Rockville, because Rockville's not, the guys who have a reasonably good antenna up in the air, if it's up 30, 40, 50 feet, can do real well. But when you get down into Woodbury and you get farther south, and it's tough to make any contacts, especially if somebody's got a bad, if they're not working from a good, like a lot of people can hear me, but if you don't have this antenna at this elevation, if you're only at 500 feet, it's harder to hear if you're far away from me. And that's just an example.
Yeah, yeah. Tonight is really not a good night at all. You can just tell from the rain falling. It's just causing, atmosphere static and popping. Just good for local tonight.
Yeah, I don't see any here. That's what's funny is I haven't looked outside in the last hour or so. So I don't think it's raining and lightning here. So I think you guys have some problems I don't have at the moment. Anyway, that's Mike and Laverne, Whiskey Oscar 4 Yankee. Who else is Sal?
Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee Bill.
Hey, Bill. I take it you're on 5 watts tonight.
Always.
Oh, you're always on 5 watts. Well, that sure does save your battery, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I can run a long time, but I'm not going to want to talk to somebody 100 miles away, and that's why I stay on the low 5 watts.
Well, that's a similar philosophy I've had. I'm already at a good elevation, and somebody says, "Well, why don't you put up a tower?" And I said, "How far do you think I want to talk? I don't want to. I have no reason. I mean, it would be interesting at times, but do I really? The last time I put up an antenna higher than I wanted it to, I wasn't here. I started hearing stations that were interfering with me, and I didn't like it.
Well, I hear you pretty well tonight. You're a little bit scratchy, and the last person who had just talked, I heard him real well.
Well, he's in Laverne's, and he was pointing southeast. So he's, if I have my bearings straight, he's almost pointing alongside you there, going to the southeast out of Laverne.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good guess, I think.
Yeah, but anyway, you've got a great signal in here tonight, Bill. Good to have you in there. Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee in Laverne. Appreciate you being there. Who else is Sal? All right. Well, say that again, please.
You said I was in Laverne. I'm in Murfreesboro.
Oh, did I say you were in Laverne?
I think so.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to malign Laverne or to malign you. It's Bill in Murfreesboro. That's correct. I didn't forget. I probably just misstated. Had a little brain freeze there. Who else is South?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta 10 Myrna. Not Juliet.
All right, hold on. Mount Juliet Station. Ken in Smyrna. Ken to Smirnoff.
Yeah. No, it's not vodka. It's Myrna. Thank you for doing the net tonight, Paul. You always do a good job, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I guess. Thanks. I don't know what a good job is, other than I just keep flapping my jaws and we move right along, hopefully. Anyway, everything going all right tonight?
Absolutely. Things are going good. I'm running, well, I thought I had it on 5 watts, but it's 4.75 watts, which is close enough.
Oh man, it's only close enough if it's government work.
And horseshoes.
And grenades.
Go to see if anybody else is coming in. I can see the power meter when you're running 5 watts or now, and it's a lot over S9 when you're running full power. But tonight you're running 5 watts, and yeah, you're looking good down here, buddy. I appreciate it very much.
Well, you're doing almost 50 over to me, Ken.
Well, that's about what you're doing to me.
Yeah, well, 2 good antenna systems in a reasonable distance, and yeah, you can expect as much. You don't need a beam between you and between Smyrna and me. Anyway, that was Ken. He's in Smyrna. Whiskey Victor 4 Delta. Who else is Sal? Anybody?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Ah, very good. How you doing, Larry? Sound good.
Doing good, man. I'm gonna get out of here and wait a little bit of lightning.
Very good. Is Saturday a breakfast for you, or is it the following one?
Maybe this Saturday. I got some things coming up. I don't know which way to go.
Well, we'd love to have you, as you know that. That was Larry in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Everybody's shutting down due to the weather. Who else is, and he's in Rockville. That's Larry. Who else is Sal? Over to the east. Anybody east, please come down.
Okay, 4
Hey, you sound good tonight, Stan. You using 5 watts?
Good.
Yeah, you're doing great. The audio is, in fact, is better than normal. We must have good conditions between Lebanon and me.
Yeah, you're sounding good too, Paul. Not storming here now, but it was storming earlier. WA4ZHI, James and Mount Juliet.
Hey, James, hold on. I was wondering why you weren't in there. You must have taken a nap. Hold on. Yeah, Stan, no, you sound great. It's funny how a lot of times it's not so good for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured not too good tonight since it's storming.
No, you're doing great. Almost S8 here, and you say I also sound good. You know, a lot of times it's what's intriguing sometimes about signals is somebody can have S1 or nothing showing up on my meter, and their audio will still be very good. That kind of, I find that odd.
Sounds good, Paul. I want to hook you up. Back to net. Okay, 4
Very good. That's Stan in Lebanon, just a little bit north of downtown. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel, Quebec Echo. I believe I heard James in there.
Yo, Paul.
Hey, how you doing, James?
I couldn't turn. I don't know how to turn the power down on my desktop unit, so I use my HD. It is 5 watt, and I'm just holding it in my hand.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Not as good as your regular antenna, but it's fine. Which rig are you talking about that you would have on the other antenna? Did you say that? I'm trying to remember. Was that the Kenwood? I lost James.
Wood is the 50 watt, and Yaesu is the 5 watt.
No. Which I'm sorry, I doubled with you a little bit. Were you talking your base station radio is which one?
It's the Kenwood.
That's the TMV 71A.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you quick how to do it. It's the easiest thing in the world. Where you see that that button that says it's the third, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons from the left, from the where you spin the dial for either BFO or the memories. The one that says low, all you got to do is hit. I forget whether you hit function and then low, or you just hit low and it'll keep changing. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. Just hit the low button. It'll automatically go to the high, medium, low. If you just push the low button, keep pushing it, it keeps rotating between high, medium, and low. See what I'm talking about, that low button?
But I don't know what the power is then.
Well, low is 5 watts. I believe that medium is 25, and I believe that high is 50.
Okay, this is the low power, whatever. This is the base unit.
Okay, very good. Well, you're still you're all between 50 and 60 over to me. So you were good on the HD, and you're even fantastic on the base station radio.
Well, I got a pretty good antenna on the base station.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, very good. That'll be a nice test for other people, so you could hear you on the HD. Well, very good, James. Good to have you in there. Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. Anybody else east?
KI4SIB, hello.
Hello. Hey, did you? Well, I say you live over in that vicinity. I haven't heard from Kevin recently. Have you talked to him?
I haven't. I caught him on the handheld at work about a week or so ago, and he seemed fine, but I don't know what's going on with him.
Oh, he's probably got other stuff going on. I don't have any children locally that I know of. No, I don't have any children locally. So, and I've only had one other person in the household besides the dog. I've got very little going on with family. He's got several people in the family.
Yeah, he do. How do I sound on 5 watts? You're about to blow me out up here.
You're doing great. S7 and the audio is great.
Well, I've got a full signal on you, so like you said, the stand the conditions must be ideal.
Yeah, I think they are pointing towards Lebanon for some reason. It's very good tonight because really Stan sounded clearer than I can remember hearing him in the recent past.
Cool. Carry on. Appreciate what you're doing. Take care, and I'll holler at you when I can. KI4S, I'll be back to net. Thank you.
Am I checking in? You better have.
I am. Thank you.
All right, very good. That's Richard, KI4SIB, and his lovely bride, KI4SOR Stephanie. Who else is he? Up to the north then. I heard the Kilo Juliet X-ray station. Is it Kilo? Give me your prefix again. I don't remember. I know it's 4, but what's the prefix? Oh yeah, Bethpage on an HT. You're doing fine. When I say fine, I can hear you. It's pretty rough, but I can't hear you well on that 5-watt HT from Bethpage. Well, yeah, very good. That J-pole on the mast is doing a good job with the HT. But just remember, J-pole has very little gain. If you had a 5/8 wave hanging on that mast, you'd probably double or triple your signal. Very good, Jamie. Glad to have you in there. That's in Jamie and Bethpage, Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Juliet X-ray. Good signal for an HT out of Bethpage. That's doing darn good. And using a J-pole to boot. That's again, J-poles are fine emergency antennas, but not much gain. I know because I've owned a couple. Who else is east or north?
KB9RKK.
I'm going to make you go to 0.025 watts there, Frank.
Yeah, I think we tried all the way down to 0%. You can still hear me.
Well, I think what I'm going to have to do is just disconnect the antenna from the radio and see what happens.
I know I can usually still hear you, so that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, I actually on the net, the repeater net, I didn't tell Richard this, but I was going to check in on the net, and in my haste, I was going to go cross band in using my HT because I wasn't going to be near the radio, and then I got caught in a time crunch, and I didn't have the antenna on the radio. All I had was an adapter to put on like a PL259, and I pushed to talk, but I didn't have the setup right on the radio to do crossband. And Richard could hear me, but he didn't know who it was. And I'm in this, and he was up in that repeater. I don't even know where it is. It's in, I forget the name of the place.
Oh, which net was this?
The one that was right at 7 o'clock.
Oh, that one's in Mount Juliet over here. It's over by the Willoughby Station.
Well, apparently he could hear it.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, that sucker gives me full scale when somebody talks on that one.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my success story with working repeaters this week.
Hey, Tom's done that a few times. With his radio for the Wilson one, he's had it on a dummy load or forgot to switch it, and he still keys it up.
Yeah. Well, again, it's easy to, that's why when I hear people, so to speak, especially people who haven't been around very long in ham radio, say, well, I can hit this repeater and blah, blah, and they put up a new antenna, I can hear this other repeater, blah, blah. Let's keep in mind that some of those repeaters are 1,000 feet in the air. You can hit it with 1 watt.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the one ARRL guy that did a video on the tri-bander. I'm like sitting there going, well, that's great. You get your repeaters.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with repeaters. It's the issue is you can't use that as a gauge how well your antenna works.
No, I know, and they serve a purpose, especially in a hilly situation. But to me, I've always thought of them as to boost handhelds and mobiles. So reliable as Simplex is for like our setups,
Oh yeah. When I have checked into a repeater net, I find it so annoying now after all these years to have to deal with with waiting for it to, to drop out, and I hear squelch tails that are annoying, and I hear, Roger beeps or whatever in there, and it's I find it all, and the IDing on the repeater, it's all annoying to me now.
Well, whenever the M tiers is up, you hear about and somebody on keys, depending on where they're at, you'll hear like 20 of those suckers.
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't listened to one of those in a long time. Well, very good, Frank. Yeah, your signal is outrageously good tonight. That's Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo in Northwest Mount Juliet. Who else is north or anywhere? Anybody else anywhere or north?
AC9IM.
Hey, Steve, you sound great.
I can barely hear you.
Well, I'm on 5 watts tonight. That's why you can barely hear me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering what was going on. I just got home, turned the radio on, I heard the net there. I'm like, I wonder what was going on.
Yeah, we hadn't done a 5-watt net in a long time, and I just decided it might not be a good night for it because a lot of people are shut down due to weather issues. Oh yeah, I can. Your signal went down into the dirt a little bit, but yeah, I can still copy you. Considering you're about 65 miles away. Yeah, now you're some of it's unintelligible, but some you might want to bump it up to 10 or something.
How about 25?
Oh yeah, sounds great. See, that sounds really good. But see, if seeing you're 65 miles away, it's a dream that I can even hear you on 5 watts.
Well, we believe in decent antennas that are above the ground. Okay, I'm gonna go get some food there. I'll be back later. AC9.
Very good, Steve. Good to hear from you. That's Alpha Charlie 9 India Mike, and he's in Scottsville, Kentucky. Anybody else anywhere? Please come in. Hello, how are you doing tonight there, Zach?
Very well. I hope everybody else is not floating away or being blown away.
Yeah, we're after what happened in Waverly, I get real nervous when there's heavy rainfalls.
I don't think anybody can blame you for being there. I think there has been a little severe weather around. Thankfully, not very late.
Well, what bothers me is what I read in the paper Sunday about they had that other event about 10 years ago, and they had all kinds of recommendations for things they wanted to do to make sure it didn't happen again, and most of them didn't get done.
We have humans forget so easily.
Yeah, no, I know. We're also fallible. We screw up, and I think they'll probably get those things done now. I'm willing to bet. Anyway, everything going well for you up in the Fayette area?
Yep, everything's going well. Getting ready for work tomorrow. Hey, has anybody announced about the fox hunt in Lafayette Saturday?
We did on the last net. I forget who the other party was up there in your neck of the woods. He was talking about that. I forget who that was. But yeah, I'll mention that again now. Matter of fact, I'll send that out on the email to the 176 people on our net. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Fox hunt. Give me a favor and tell me it's going to be there at 8 a.m. and I forget the park name. Tell me again.
Key Park, Kilo Echo Yankee Park in Lafayette, Tennessee. Starts at 8 a.m. with a walking hunt. We'll probably do more than one, and then we'll break for lunch. And whatever the group decides they want to do is what we will do after lunch. Possibly a driving, or possibly more walking.
All right, very good. I'll put that out on the group here after the net.
That sounds good. If anybody has any questions, I am good on QRZ. My email is, and that is k4pp@yahoo.com.
Very good. Any questions? I'll put that on there as well about the email address. Very good. Good to have you in there, Zach. That's Zach in the Lafayette area, Kilo 4 Tango Papa. And there is a fox hunt Saturday morning for those who are on the air. Fox hunt Saturday morning in Key Park in Lafayette. It's at 8 a.m. and they'll have a couple of different versions of that. So it should be fun for those who want to do fox hunts. Who else is any place, anywhere? Please come down. Anybody, any place, anywhere. I'm guessing that some people can't hear me, and that's why they're not responding. I'm guessing, but I don't know. Most people can hear me on 5 watts, even out well, I just was talking Lafayette, so that's a pretty good distance from me. Anybody else anywhere before we move on?
KO4 SAM.
Hello, how are you tonight? Good to hear from you.
Hello, Carl. Yeah, man, I'm chilling on the porch, listening to the rain, playing a little guitar. Everything's good. I don't know how bad that weather got. Did you hear anything from the folks east of us?
No, I just knew there was some severe weather, and there was some west of us too. Apparently, the power was out over in Cheatham County.
Roger, Roger. All right, then. Well, it's raining pretty steady here in 37206, but nothing too bad. I'll turn it over to you guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, very good. That was Sam, Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra Alpha Mike. He's in Nashville. Like he said, it's area 37206. Good to have you in there, Sam. And yeah, a little heavy weather today is not, we don't need to add insult to injury with all that rain. Anybody else, any place, anywhere? Well, very good. We had 24 check-ins on 2 meters. A rainy, blistering, lightning night, which I don't know whether it was good or bad. Don't forget we have well, we're going to follow the net up on 10 meters on 28.415 upper sideband here momentarily, but I just want to remind everybody about the Courtney's breakfast on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And if you can't make it there, you can make it to McMinnville, which they have a big junk in the trunk, and it's sponsored by M-Tiers, which you can look it up on M-Tiers. Their website, mtiers.org, com, net, zip, drive, com, whatever it is. It's mtiers. I don't know what it is. All right. I'm going to move over to 28415, unless I hear an objection briefly here. All righty. Moving over to 28415. I'll be there. This is Kilo 4 Pop Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 10 meters. Please check in now from the west. Got anybody from the west? Please come now.
Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Alpha, John in Hermitage.
Hey, very good, John. You're very good, John. You sound great. It's Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Alpha. You sound good. I think I asked you last time. What antenna are you using now?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's a multi-band thing. It's not that great, and you got to tune it practically for whatever frequencies on HF you want to talk at. So I got this one kind of dialed in for this frequency.
No, it's doing great, John. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll do better on other bands. Sometimes on the like those multi bands, it's usually good somewhere in the center frequency rather than the ones on either end. Like on 10 meters or 6 meters or 160. Anyway, I know I heard somebody else in there. That was, by the way, that was John in Hermitage. Who else is west? Was that you, Sam? KO4 SAM? Ah, very good. I did hear you. I thought I heard another station there as well. Good to have Sam in there. Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Alpha Mike in Nashville. Who else is west? Anybody hear anything I can't going west? Could have swore I heard other voices in there, but I could be wrong. Who else is north or south? Excuse me. I heard somebody say something. Who else is south or west? Northwest or south? Yo, I can hear you fine. Well, not real fine, but I can hear you in there, Richard. Very good. That's Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo. Sounds like he's talking through a McDonald's straw. Who else is west or south? East, then. North or anywhere.
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo.
Very good. Are we hearing everybody tonight there, Frank?
I could not hear Richard at all.
Oh, that's amazing. I could hear him, but it was, like I said, he was like, I sounded like he was talking through a McDonald's straw, but I can't believe you didn't hear him.
I could not hear Richard.
Well, I think it's that ridge.
Oh, yeah, there's a big ridge between us, yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's the reason. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because he's always had trouble going to the west or hearing from the west. Well, very good. Yeah, you sound great. Who else is anybody else, any place, anywhere? Please come down. All righty, a monstrous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations tonight. Very light night. It must be a lot of people. I think they were disturbed by the 5-watt net and they were disturbed by the lightning that was coming out of the woodwork today in the rain. So I'm going to move over to 2 meters and appreciate everybody who checked in. And I hope to see you on the breakfast Saturday morning. K4PEW. I'll be over on 2 meters here momentarily.